we are live with me and the Ginger Wolverine himself. It's been a week, dude. Very, very long week.
Yeah.
And I had some disappointing pulls this week. I was interested in some comics and I just really didn't feel them. Like, I got them, I brought them home. One was centered around Wiccan and his boyfriend Skulkling. And I'm like, I like the Age of Revelations. I really don't care about these characters.
No.
So, but this
You
is the
said
short.
Wiccan, right?
Yeah, that Wiccan and his boyfriend. Just,
Uh,
I don't care that they're gay. It's just that's not why I'm reading comic books. I want action. I want all that. I want action. I want mayhem. I want violence. And I just don't feel a particular attachment to those characters. But this is the short box where we discuss. And if you don't know what a short box is, it's a very small comic box where you usually keep your need to read piles or your up to date stuff or just a small collection you have. And that's why this is a short box. It's just a stream about random shit that you have kicking around. Been wanting to do this for months, but I can never find a consistent co-host. There is standing invites to some people. I do have a standing invite to Jane David. You might pop in. I have a standing invite to Nerdy Girl Creates. She's gonna probably try to make this a regular thing herself.
okay.
So we'll have a small panel going. But no, welcome on in, everybody. I do appreciate you being here. But yeah, comic books. It's one of the oldest art forms and mediums on the planet. It is storytelling by sequential art. And even if you don't read the words, you can get a gist of what's going on from it. It is probably one of my favorite things. They did it on cave walls, and they're still doing it today. And it's dying in a mainstream fashion, but it will always have a place somewhere with the people who love to read it. And I just do. I love comics. I love reading comics. I like collecting comics. I love organizing my comic book collection. Like some nights after the dog's in bed, I'll just open up a short box and flip through them. Just love it. And there are some collections that you just want to get, some you just don't. And yeah, it's been crazy. And I found Ginger Wolverine here while stumbling through X, who seemed like a chill as fuck dude with a 9-line apparel shirt on and a Yellowstone hat, talking about all this random crazy comic stuff. I'm like, I really like this guy. And he's got a Punisher water bottle.
Yeah. Heck yeah, bro.
You got all the comics, and you can't really see my collection. It's in this gray thing behind me in the cubes. It's got 6 short boxes that are getting rapidly filled. I'm going to need a 7th soon enough. And yeah, as you can see, you got all the crowd. He's got the far better background than me, chat. Seriously, he really does. The only thing I got is a lovely Soska sisters and me photograph.
Hey, that's pretty. Hey, you got it framed and everything.
Hell yeah, I do. I love me some Soska sisters. I love Jen and Sil. Those ladies are unbelievably creatively talented. Like that video they did with the Rippaverse was awesome. Like, did you see that? Like, I'm like that was absolutely amazing. Like, they're like, well, Isom gets his powers from this. So why can't we do a spin-off of the same concept with this and make it our own thing? And I'm like, that's what it's supposed to do. That is what comics are supposed to do. It's like that's what superheroes are supposed to do, and writing and creativity. Oh, look, this is a really cool idea. How do I like either branch off it or spin it a little bit to make it mine? To make it something that I'm a part of that, but doing my own thing. And that's just fantastic. We need more of that stuff going around.
Yeah, we really do.
Like, I don't get involved in, like, I read what I want to read. I don't particularly care who writes it. If it looks interesting to me, I'll give it a whirl. But that's where we're coming into our first topic this week. The one minor thing that I have, and that is the weekly polls. Now, I made a video on this week, but the poll list got updated because last week I pulled the new Sabretooth Age of Revelations X-Men Sabretooth comic. And I'm like, hey, Laura Kinney is Sabretooth. It's an alt universe and stuff like that. Maybe something will change. Maybe it'll be a little more violent, a little more, a little more. It's Sabretooth, who is far more violent than Wolverine by every stretch of the imagination. Unfortunately, it was just very, very bad. It was dull. The best way I could put it is it was a chick comic in every sense of the word. So this is Legion of Comic Geeks. This is the comic book website that I use to keep track of my collection and everything like that I have. My pull list and everything. It does stuff, and it usually has a good summary of stuff. Unless you're a horror fan, I wouldn't recommend Event Horizon Dark Descent. It's a prequel to the movies that is done with the original authors, and it is every bit as gory as the movies itself. But it's definitely a good read if you enjoyed the movie. I was actually pleasantly surprised with X-Men Revelations 1.
Okay.
It has an Age of Apocalypse feeling. Apocalypse is in it, but there's somebody worse than Apocalypse called Revelation. I'm not quite sure what his deal is yet because he was in the last X-Men run for 2 years and I didn't read it. But I like this alternate settings and stuff like that. But this was really, really good. It centered around more the center X-Men. Apparently, Cyclops and Beast have been pulled into this alternate timeline from the 616. And Cyclops is beat to hell. We don't know what happened to him. He is beaten. He's got scarred on his half of his face is scarred and everything like that. So something happened to Cyclops. We don't know yet. And I haven't found out yet in the books that I've been getting. But this is one I'm actually going to happily pull and continue to read. I was very, very pleased with this comic book, and it's got some really cool variant covers too. Like that one is just like that's the Wolverine and stuff. Not quite sure what.
Oh
Right,
no,
that's
sorry.
just
I'm just admiring
yeah.
it.
It's absolutely fantastic. So we got that one. Let's see here. Last week I also did the Punisher, the Marvel Knights Punisher. Mwah, chef's kiss, Punisher in Punisher form. No mercy bullets, no nothing. Punisher just messing up bad guys. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend. World to Come continued along the lines of the last series, the last issue. T'Challa got beat by his son, who happens to be white, which I really got a kick out of that. I'm like, yes! I ran to the comic shop. I need the Marvel Knights #1. They're all looking at me funny. They're like, why? They turned Black Panther white.
That was probably that was probably one of the boldest moves they've made in a long time.
It was Christopher Priest because from everything, he's a story He's a story and a writer, and Christopher Priest. And from everything I've heard, that he was sick of them giving him African American characters. So because they kept giving it to him, he just did this.
Oh my
And
god!
it's actually a really good series. And I'm not normally I'm not a big Black Panther fan. I just think that this is really cool. This was like really fun. Ugh. And
Yeah,
it is. I will agree with some of the reviews. It is a little weird. It's not your standard comic style storytelling, but it's still just like, dude, they turned Black Panther white. And of course, at that point, you have to finish the run. So
exactly.
we got that. What else do we have? Nemesis Forever, unbelievably brutal shit. Mark Millar, super villain. Very rated R, lots of blood, lots of guts, lots of gore.
I've never heard of Nemesis. Actually, I think you might have mentioned it to me.
It's Mark Miller. Absolutely fantastic. He did Kick Ass and stuff like that. He's a very, very good writer.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed this. You should check out. You should try to find the trade paperback of Vatican City.
Okay.
It's only a 3-issue run, so it shouldn't be crazy expensive. Or you could probably buy the back issues. But Vatican City was really good. And then we have Spider-Man 94, which I'm a sucker. I bought every variant cover for this comic and everything like that because this was the series in television that got me reading comic books. This is the one that pulled me in. This is the one that I'm like, yup, I'm going to be a Spider-Man fan for the rest of my life. And it is actually not bad, but it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's somewhere in the middle, and it does a good job of continuing stuff along.
Okay.
It's only 4 issues too, so it's not like crazy long runs. All my runs are ending. It's looking like in December. So I'll get to save a fair sum of money after this. Man, those bags and boards prices really went up. Like seriously, they went up. Hey, sassy witch, how you doing? Uh, but yeah, the bags and board prices went up. Like it was like $6.99 for a thing of boards and like $11.99 for a thing of bags. Now it's like $10.99 for a thing of bags and
No,
$15 for the boards. And it's just the boxes I get, the BCW sealable stackable boxes were 29 each. Now they're 35. They're all Chinese imports. So, all right. So that's that. So next week we got some big books coming out, dude. And I don't just mean anything. I mean, we have the last Battle Beast for 3 months.
man. Oh, I was gonna grab that last time I was at the comic shop. I knew there was one thing that I was
You
gonna.
gotta get okay out of everything we talk about tonight. You need to get Battle Beast, or you need to get the trade paperback that comes out next month for it.
Yeah, because I was looking at the shelves. I'm like, there's something that I wanted.
This is why I use Legion of Comic Geeks. You can add things to the list, and it's a free phone app.
I definitely need to do that.
So this is it's 6 issues in. It's the last issue for 3 months, so it's a perfect time to go in, run it off the back issues. Even if you're not collecting it, this is a phenomenally awesome read. Ryan Kirkman and Otley are at it again, and it's fucking amazing. Battle Beast is the main character, but if you read Invincible, you know Battle Beast and you know where he's going to end up and you know where he's going. But there was a time gap in the series where after he kicked the crap out of the Guardians of the Globe to when he was imprisoned on the Viltrumite ship, and this is the series that tells his story.
Okay.
So it's part of Invincible canon. It's done by Kirkman and Otley, which is fantastic. The writing for it is absolutely. They have a ship's AI which will make you laugh. They got a ship AI that'll make you laugh. They have an alien prince that he meets in the first episode that steers Battle Beast's one-minded singular focus to get what he wants done. And it's not so much just about Battle Beast, but the supporting cast who steers Battle Beast around to get what they want. So it is absolutely hilarious and such a fun read. I really enjoyed this book, and it's on a 6 months on, 3 months off. Otley posted on X that he is 100% going to be. He's got issue 9 coming out. He's working on issue 9 right now. So in 3 months, we'll have another 6-month run.
Oh wow.
So I'm just like, yes. I need more Battle Beast. I am gonna get into the Transformers run. I'm gonna add that to my pull list. I got the Energon Universe trade paperbacks. I'm gonna get the next one next month, and I guess I'll just start reading it and get the trade paperbacks as well. I'll just have to do that. But no, definitely gonna get into the Energon. I'm waiting for the Mask Energon Universe. Because they've had G.I. Joe, they have all this other stuff, but they've introduced characters from Mask, and we're waiting. We're waiting for it. And I'm just like, give us Mask. I want Mask. Why don't we have Mask, So, yeah, this is Battle Beast is a must read. Like I said before, dude, you also got to start diving into Invincible. I know it's got a 150 issue run with a lot of splash books, but it's still one of those things where it's like you're gonna love it. Well, you're gonna be questionable. You're gonna feel like something is wrong when you start reading it because they shifted artists partway through the very, very beginning of the run. So when the art shifts off of the original to Otley, you will start to feel it because Otley does everything else, and Otley is what's presented, and you can just tell that there's it's good writing, but the art just doesn't seem to emulate what the writer is trying to do. When Otley takes over, which is right around the time you find out all that stuff about Omni-Man and shit like that, it will start to feel, yep, this is Invincible. This is like the show. This is all this stuff. This feels like it's because Otley took over artwork.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to get out of that.
Sometimes it bugs me out or bums me out when they switch artists, but
This is
they,
one of the
they
times that's Bo, good question. For Battle Beast, this is during the series. So there's a point where Battle Beast comes in and kicks the crap out of Invincible and the new Guardians of the Globe. And he steps through the portal saying, well, none of you guys were worth the fight. You're not worthy opponents. And then he steps on the ship and it takes over his series. So it takes place while Invincible's over here doing his thing. Battle Beast is over here doing his thing. And they reunite, and it picks up, the series will end with him being captured by the Viltrumites and imprisoned on the Viltrumite ship with Alan, and that's where we'll see him again. But this is the story that happens in between those sessions. And it's awesome. I recommend it to everybody. Bo, you got to read this book. Like, this is one of those books, like, there's good comics. I'm like those comics that you go, yeah, it was okay. If I can't really recommend it. This is one of the ones you're like, here's the money. Take it and buy it.
Yeah, he's been poking me at it for the last couple weeks to get it. So
yeah, this is one of those books that you're gonna be like, why didn't I listen to him sooner?
Yeah, probably.
But the best part is they're not expensive books. They're $4 each. Image does a great job with their pricing, especially for. I would pay $10 a book for this. It's that damn good. So yeah, absolutely love Invincible Universe Battle Beast. What else do we got coming out next week on my poll list? This is Punisher Red Band. More Punisher back to form. More blood, guts, gore, violence. Frank has woken up with some kind of amnesia. Still doing his Punisher thing. And it's great. It comes in. Yeah, I got mine's bagged and boarded back there somewhere. Absolutely fantastic. If you do like Punisher, this is a good return to form. I can only recommend the first issue. The whole series isn't out yet. The second issue comes out tomorrow. What else do we got coming out? And next week we got Sinister Six, another Age of Revelations book. And this is just one that actually really interests me. And I'm not sure quite what it's about. But I know, more importantly, it's got Omega Red right there as one of the main characters, as well as Black Cat and Havoc on working with Mr. Sinister somehow in this alternate universe. So I really like that's actually really interesting because I really do like Mr. Sinister. He's probably my favorite X-Men villain.
Yeah.
And, like that team and everything like that, something to do with Venom. I don't know. I'm looking to get forward to getting my hands on it.
I'm sold on Omega Red and Venom.
Yeah, it's only the thing is the Age of Revelations books are only like 3-issue runs. And they dropped the price down to $3.99, I believe. Let me check this. Yeah, they dropped the price down to $3.99 because there is like full runs. The amount of books in this is crazy. Like there's like the standalone World of Revelations, which tell the group story. Then there's individual group stories. Then there's these. It's like Age of Apocalypse thickness of runs. So this is definitely one of those things that would be absolutely fantastic, and I'll definitely be giving my thoughts on it next week when I get it done when we go next week, because that actually looks really good. All right. No, but I actually trimmed down my whole poll list because, I some things I just didn't want to get again, like the Laura Kenny Sabretooth. It's not getting good reviews overall among comic book fans. It's very more emotional than action. I'm going to tell you right now, there was a scene from the Amazing X-Men this week from the New Age of Revelations run that I just loved. Like, apparently, like, one of Rogue's kids is in the book, and she's kind of like this emo chick. She's floating around talking to Cyclops and everything. All of a sudden, Logan comes out of nowhere and decapitates her. Just whoom, right off with her head with the claws. And I'm just sitting there like, I really like that. And I'm just like, okay, it was a lot of talk before, but if this is how they're going to kick off the first issue, this is great. Wolverine's getting his own run. Age of Revelations has so many books going for it. So I had to be picky and choosy. I wanted to slim down my things. The only book I haven't got was Phantom. And I am getting the full run of this Phantom. And my comic shop was like, we didn't know that it would be this popular. I'm like, it's the Phantom. We haven't seen anything real from the Phantom in ages. And I'm like, I've been saying for like 3 years, Pulp is going to make a return. The Pulp heroes are coming back. So they're like, well, we didn't know. I'm like, that's fine, but now I'm sitting here waiting for my copy of the Phantom, and everybody else is reading it, and I'm avoiding spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Phantom is fantastic. Graham Nolan actually got some of his early writings were Phantom comic strips.
Yeah.
So man, I love Graham stuff, man. I really love his MonsterVerse stuff.
Yeah. He's a good writer for sure. I've only
Him
read
and
some of his
Dixon, man.
stuff, but yeah.
Him and Dixon. But yeah,
Oh,
that's a nice little segue into the next thing, dude. Ready for this?
yeah. Let's go.
All right. Where is it? Here we go. No, that's not it. Where did I put that? Here we go. I put you in the wrong folder. I can't say that I'm excited for this. Nightfall gets a multi-part adapted animated series.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant about that one.
I can't, with how they've been doing cartoons and everything, how they're treating stuff, and more importantly, with Warner Brothers kind of in the wind of everything.
Well, and especially the way they did Caped Crusaders, I didn't even touch it. I saw some clips and I was like, nope, nope. So this kind of hurts a little bit, to be honest. Yeah.
This is, I don't know. Like, are they going to do it horribly campy? Are they going to actually? If it was the original guys who did the DC movies, the cartoons and everything like that, like Tim Daly cartoons and everything, but I just cannot get behind them tackling this series. I can't.
I guess
This
we'll
does
just
not
see.
feel right by any of the imagination.
Well, and because like, um, I don't know. Some things, some things lately that they've come out with haven't been terrible. Some of them have been. Like, I'm trying to get through the Infinite Crisis 3 movie series.
I've heard good things about the Infinite Crisis 3
It's
movie series.
it's fine. It's just very draggy. But
Well, it's Kevin Conroy's last voice acting as Batman, and that like I'm gonna go out being Batman.
yeah,
So yeah, Bo, I wish DC. I like long series, I do, but you can only do so many long series. Like Ultimate Spider-Man is running out because of Ultimate Spider-Man is ending. Hickman's run is ending, so I'm probably going to check out Ultimate Spider-Man. I have no issues in going back to anything else. I'm tired of MJ and Peter not being together. I'm tired of all that crap. And I liked this because it was fun. I'm sorry that they really did a lot of damage by splitting up Peter and MJ. And I don't care. Oh, look, she broke up with her husband. So now not only she's a homewrecker now because she has 2 kids with this guy. And she tries to get back with Peter. And what's Peter going to do? Be stepdad? Be super stepdad? Like that's, they're going to fuck that up.
yeah.
But I do I like long runs, but you're right. DC should do shorter runs, and Marvel's got that right. They do shorter runs, like 4 to 6 issue runs, and then they have the set long ones that go for 2 years. But the short runs tend to be where they really do a good job these days that I'm enjoying. And now notice how I never say anything is good except for Battle Beasts. I just literally say they are I enjoy them. I can't tell you what people are going to enjoy and stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
I have very weird taste in comic books and everything that I do. So I'm like, I enjoy it. I can't guarantee you will. The only thing I can 100% say is get Battle Beast.
Yes, I will.
Not you, just in general. Like that's the one
Oh yes,
comic I
yes.
can 100% recommend without trepidation and hesitation that you will enjoy that book from the first book onward because each one sets up something good. Well, the book there was a little hiccup, like a weird ending, not a bad ending, but a weird ending. But it made up for it in the next book. Like the cliffhanger we got left on, and I've been hanging on for a month, is going to be a massive fight. And I'm not talking a little fight. I mean, the whole issue is probably going to be a fight because that's what they did with Conquest in the comics. It was a 5-issue fight. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. But Batman Nightfall, a multi-part animated adaptation in the works. And they got the logo here, like, and I'm like, this was, of course, was announced at Comic-Con. And I can't do this, man. I can't get excited for something with the state of entertainment and everything. It's hard to get hyped for anything anymore.
See, and for me, well, up until the last, I think, like year, I was always just like, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to, like She-Hulk, for example. We'll take that into perspective. Obviously, I was hopeful for She-Hulk, and I was actually excited. I was amping myself up for it, and I watched it, and it was the worst thing that I had ever seen in my entire life. But I've given up on being hopeful for stuff like this, and now I'm just like, if it's good, I'll watch it. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any feelings towards it. So it's just like that's where I'm at right now, and it's honestly kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I love the MCU first arc, and I was like really excited for what they were doing in the second. And I really checked out after the first season of Loki. And
Yeah,
I'm just like, I don't feel that attachment. You're not trying anymore. You're riding on your laurels. You're not pushing the story. You're not taking chances, and you're just doing what you do. Like personally, replace Ms. Marvel with Nova in the MCU. Remove Miss Marvel completely and have it be Nova. Replace the fighter pilot aspect and everything, and have it be Nova. Because Thanos had to have wiped out the Nova Corps to get the Infinity Stone. So
yeah,
you take that, you have Nova take over where Captain Marvel is, and then you have a three Nova movies of reestablishing the Nova Corps. Okay, you got that. Okay, you can bring back John C. Riley as his slapstick partner. I would throw money at that. Like I
yeah.
would be going to see that multiple. I love John C. Riley. But what they're doing now is just horrible, and I know what they're going to do with Doomsday and Secret Wars. They're going to use Franklin Richards to reset everything and sit on the throne. And if you know what Franklin Richards can do, you see it coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's just you can't do anything.
I I have no interest and no desire at all to watch the next couple Avengers movies at all. So
No, I'm sorry. I don't. I want Victor Von Doom, not Victor Von Doom, the Tony Stark variant.
Stark, no. That was such a lazy choice
It,
of
it, no,
yeah.
well, multiverse. Like I like the concept of the multiverse when it
Oh
comes like it works in the comics because it's one issue. You're not waiting 2 years for an issue. You're going through and then you're going back to the main story. it doesn't work in movies because it removes any finality of any choice that was made in those movies. And now you're taking Tony Stark to become a villain. I don't care how good it looks. I don't care anything. I just don't care. And I don't want to see any more destruction to the things that I love. All right, one sec. Revan, I feel like this is how WB movies forward. Batgirl, female Batman as a main character instead of Bat Family. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, instead of Azrael taking over as Batman, it's going to be Batgirl, or it's going to be the Bat Family taking over, and they're just going to screw it up. I really don't have a lot of faith in this, and they haven't said who. Voice cast is no voice cast yet, so unfortunately, Kevin Conroy can't rip Kevin Conroy, but no voice cast yet. And like, yeah, it's coming. I'm like, that's great. With the and honestly, with Warner Brothers in turmoil right now, with them at the risk of selling, Gunn might not even have a job after this. Superman lost money. They're rushing the movies through because they know Batman goes public domain in 2035, and they're rushing to get out as much as they can because they're about to lose it. The fans are going to take over, and the fans will fix it.
You know what frustrates me a little bit, because I didn't know about this Nightfall series. But what frustrates me about this is that they're deciding to make this series when they they had they had planned out an entire movie of Batman Beyond, and then they just canceled it.
Yeah, they would have. A Batman Beyond movie would have been phenomenal,
it
but not enough. Like Epic Mike said it best. Not enough people know about Batman Beyond. No, like they don't think it's bankable.
I see. Here's the thing. They had this. It's just kind of stupid because they had the same idea with Miles Morales. Nobody knew who Miles Morales was, and
Don't get me
I'm not a huge
started
fan
on
of Miles
Miles
Morales. But
Morales.
the movies, I'm not a huge fan of Miles Morales movies. But the movies are really popular, and I think that's a stupid mindset where, oh well, this character isn't popular enough. Well, the same thing happened to Miles Morales. So why can't they do it to Batman Beyond? You know what I mean?
Miles Miles is a great character. I actually really like Miles. Unfortunately, due to circumstances of the current political climate in the world, he will never have justice done for the character. They will never challenge him. They'll keep giving him more powers, and they will never push him, and they will keep trying to bootstrap him to Peter as a replacement for Spider-Man. And that's where the issue is. Miles needs his own universe, and he needs to be what Spider-Man does. Spider-Man is a hero because even if he takes the shit kicking, he did the right thing. They will never do that to Miles. He has two supportive parents who appreciate him being Spider-Man. I'm like, so he's got constant support. Where's the challenge?
they're It feels like they're trying to keep him in a bubble, and just like things just keep circling around, especially the fact that they keep doing reruns
Mm-hmm.
with Miles and stuff.
They keep doing stuff, and oh, he's Spider-Man. I'm like, if he was like in his own universe, he is. In his own universe, he is Spider-Man. We are in the 616. You want to put him in the 616? Give him a spider moniker like every other spider being out there. Give him something, but don't just sit there and go, yep, he's Spider-Man too. And now they're trying to create a spider family, like a Batman style thing. I'm like, Peter is not a father figure. Peter can barely keep his life together. He's not a billionaire tech genius, and world's greatest detective. And I'm so happy I have checked out on the main Spider-Man run. Seriously,
And sometimes like superhero families, they just don't work.
no.
And like I don't mind a couple of different like Spider-Man types. Like Spider-Woman's pretty cool.
Spider Woman's pretty cool. Even
Um,
the Ben Riley clone,
yeah,
great character on his own, but he was still Scarlet Spider, Spider Woman, Ghost
exactly.
Spider, instead of Spider Man,
Yeah,
stuff like that. And I'm just,
yeah,
I like Miles. He just deserves better writers and
yeah,
that know what they're doing and actually like comic books. But
exactly.
no, Nightfall, I just got a really bad feeling about this, that they're going to kill one of the best Batman runs ever. I'm not even a Batman guy, okay? But I appreciate what Batman is. It just was never my cup of tea. I enjoyed Batman, but it's not like I rush out to get his comic books. This, I'm a Batman normie, and I know about this. I know about Nightfall. So if they screw up Nightfall, they're going to screw up so much money. All right. I heard that. Revan, I heard that too. We're going to get into that in a minute. But then I heard that the sale didn't go through, so we'll get into that in a second. Revan says, I heard the sale was almost final, and James Gunn is rumored to be out. Great news if it's true. And Batman Beyond would have had my money, Bo. Absolutely, it would have had my money too. I love the original Bat. They got a Static Shock Batman Beyond comic coming out in next month, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. I love Static Shock. Static is awesome. And we just don't see him much because there's rights issues. And I'm like, then it's not our fault. We have heroes that we want to give you money for that hit all your boxes, but you don't have the rights for them. That's your fault that you don't set up this up. And I've been rewatching the Static cartoon lately because I'm doing some videos. And I'm just like, I'm working on a couple of videos down for over the next couple weeks. It takes time to get footage and chop them up and everything like that. Bo, I hope it shows Batman on my Batman hopes agrees with my political opinion. I hope Batman agrees with my political opinion too. Batman shouldn't have a political opinion. So I was talking to my friends when the new Batman came out, like the Matt Reeves Batman. And I'm like, I didn't care that what's his face was young and everything like that. Robert Pattinson looked as young as he did. I didn't watch Penguin. I hear great things. I can't go down another rabbit hole right now, even though it's a short series. I probably will in a few weeks. I got a lot of shows I got to watch. But what really got me is I saw it as a massive wasted opportunity. Because they could, like, instead of using the Riddler, they could have, like, it was clear again. Epic Mike was right. They had three. They could have done a trilogy using the Court of Owls.
Oh, I thought about
it's all street level stuff that Batman's dealing with, right? There's no real supervillains. So the Court of Owls finds out Bruce is Batman and starts to work against him using the things. You can adapt it very, very easily and have it turn into a trilogy, and then have him take out the Court of Owls and then give birth to the rise of the supervillain, because there's no more organized on street level stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a complete wasted opportunity. But again, this is what happens when you get people who don't read the comics in charge of your IPs. People don't want their thoughts on how a character is. They want these stories adapted here with a slight difference, because not everything translates perfectly. But this is horrible. Hey, Donna Hall, how you doing? Let's see here. Penguin was so good, but I'm in the norm. I'm a normie. I'm not a Batman fanatic. I guarantee you, Ginger Wolverine's more of a Batman guy than I am. I saw your long Halloween books.
As of late, I've never really gotten into Batman. I've never gotten into DC up until the last like 4 or 5 months, and now I'm just obsessed with Batman. I've come to that conclusion.
I have some Batman. I have Sean Murphy's The White Knight series.
Yeah.
In all of his tie-ins. I enjoyed that because it's completely crazy. Joker goes sane, tries to save Gotham. Gotham gets better, but gets worse at the same time. Batman goes off the deep end. Bruce Wayne is not Bruce Wayne. It's crazy. It's definitely a standalone universe, not connected to the anything. He does a very good job confirming that, because you have all like the nods to all the suit Batman. He's got the Tumbler Batmobile. He's got the Keaton Batmobile. He's got the Batmobiles from all the movies in the Bat Armory. And I'm just like, it's a love letter to fans that enjoy Batman without me having a real serious. It's a serious story, but not crazy. And it says White Knight, Curse of the White Knight, Beyond the White Knight, a Harley Quinn spinoff that I wasn't a big fan of, but I got for continuity's sake. But he's working on a Superman run. And because at the end of Beyond the White Knight, there was Superman. He's like, somebody's coming up in Kansas, and you see Superman on the page. And I'm just like, I want that book. And I've been waiting 3 years. So there's that. But this was just horrible. And just scares me. Man, maybe I should see if I can get Graham Nolan on to talk about it. Because seriously, like, hey, Graham, how do you feel about them taking over White Knight? I hope you get your royalties. Like, seriously, because they haven't really done much for that lately. Just,
Yeah.
no. Amazing Fantasy, Fantastic Four. Like, I on my wall, I got a John Romita Jr. lithograph
Okay.
of Spider-Man in his Rogues Gallery hanging upside down, the '80s one.
Nice.
Yeah. No, you got Horseman back there, some manga, Funko Pops. Oh, Worf looks
Oh
like Spock, Riker, Khan.
Heck yeah.
So I was talking to my local comic shop. I can't give my local comic shop away. I would actually name it, but there's only two of them, and I'd end up doxing myself.
Yeah, you would dox yourself for sure if you did that.
So, and like they know my screen name in there and everything like that.
Good.
Revan, yeah, Superman was always good. My favorite characters in DC aren't anything mainstream, and I'm also so grateful that they never touched the mainstream. Well, they did, but never made an impact, and that's the Question and the Demon. The Demon appeared in supernatural stuff and things like that as one-offs in the Justice League, but he never made any live actions, and I'm really grateful for that. The Question did the same, but never made an impact. And I love the original Vic Sage Question, the Denny O'Neil run. I've got a chunk of the original Kirby run for the Demon, and a chunk of all of his runs. Some of them are complete, some are not. The Kirby runs costing me because they're from the '70s, and the Kirby run is like the first issue is going to run me $100. That's what I'm getting at MegaCon. That's my MegaCon book because
Nice.
I don't want it CGC graded. I want to read it.
Oh yeah.
So I need something that's medium grade that I can use as a reader copy. But no, just that's just horrible. Like Batman, that has me worried. That really has me worried. Like they're gonna take. I can't. You know, the one person that they're gonna set off if they fuck up his ass. They are really gonna set him off because that's when he started reading comics. That's his favorite comic run, and the rant will be Starfield levels of crap. So let's get to some chat here. The manga Batman Justice Buster is so good. The art's really good and the story's pretty interesting. Joker is like Nightwing, Red Hood animated movie version in a way. Cool. I don't know. I don't read manga. It's really expensive. And I've checked out on 90%, 99% of anime since 2007. The last anime series I watched was Gundam 00.
Oh, okay.
And I just
Yeah.
tend to rewatch the same animated series over and over and over again.
Have you
Outlaw
tried to?
Star, Cowboy Bebop, Big O. I don't like 20-year series. I want 26 episode seasons done. I
Okay.
don't want something that dragged. I don't have an issue with not a big DBZ guy. Not a. I pushed to 50 with stuff like Gundam Wing and things like that, but I'm not a big long series guy for terms of anime.
If you like the laugh, you should give uh, Ghost Stories a try. Have you heard of Ghost Stories?
No.
Okay, so it's a two seasons show. It's on Tubi. You could watch it on Tubi for free. And when they the sent the show over to the the voice actors, they said, "Here, do whatever you want. We don't have a script for you. Just go along with the storyline, and it was like The Office. Like they can do whatever they wanted. It cracks me up. You should give it a try. It's not really the kind of show that I usually watch, but I I have been dying laughing watching it lately.
Ugh, I'll have to check it out. I got so much crap I gotta watch. Like I'm working on a nostalgia cartoon video, forgotten Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
So it's taken time, and I've been rewatch, and I'll start working on it. Then I'll get sucked into the series for a little bit. Especially one of them, I forgot how good it. Like it was way. It's a series that was way ahead of its time, and I can't say what its name is, and you'll have to watch the video when it comes out. But it's one of those shows that you just loved. It had great toy line, but the toy line feels like honestly a secondary. The series itself is so good, so ahead of its time. And what they were tackling for kids shows was absolutely crazy that they were tackling that. And I'm just like, holy crap. Like I didn't get it as a kid because you're just obsessed with the sci-fi and weapons and everything in the show, the cool toys. When you get older, you rewatch it, you're like, holy crap, this is so good. The one like the fact that it holds up when you were a kid and still holds up when you're an adult is fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, but I was trolling over Reddit the other day, and I usually stay off of Reddit. But I have a comic things that I follow because
Yeah.
I ask questions: is CGC grading worth it and stuff like that? And I've decided it's not. Mostly, the issue it feels like a scam. So you send it in and you pay a fee, and then they charge you what they think the book is worth. Okay, that's reasonable. But if you don't like the grade, you can send it back and get a different grade. And I'm like, because the same two people don't look over the book. So there's no sense of consistency in it. So one guy could think it's a 9.8, one guy could think it's a 9.7, and they just make the money off of
Cena, I kind of feel the same way about CGC. This will be the only CGC that I will ever have.
it.
Like that is it for me.
So I was trolling over Reddit, and they had this. A guy posted his local comic shop has a layaway plan for CGC books, and I'm
Okay.
like, okay, well that's not too bad. And I was looking at the prices on these CGC layaway books. Okay, let's start this up. First, we have X-Men #1. This is a $15 issue, and it doesn't even look to be in really great shape, even though it's a 9.8.
Oh,
And they're selling it CGC graded for $50. The what next up we have the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man cover, one of the variants, his first Spider-Man cover. Fantastic. I got an issue with this because the only issue with me and Spider-Man is I don't have enough money to buy all the back issues at my local comic shop,
yeah.
and that's $80. Oh, okay. Um, Next up we have Nova, a Nova CGC grade 9.4 for 75. We got a Nova Campbell variant, which has 165. And then is it 125 for this this Nova #1 right here. We got Spawn #1 for 70. Spawn ain't worth no $70. And another X-Men, another variant for Spider, like another Todd McFarlane one. But what really got me most about this photo, more than anything else, was this right here. The non-CGC graded first appearance of Harley Quinn for $325. Now, I can tell you that my local comic shop had this exact book on the wall in better condition for 90. That's a far more reasonable price. But 325
No,
bucks? I
no,
don't care if it is layaway.
no.
But I saw this and I'm like,
That's a scam.
that's a scam. It's right up there with the comic shops that I've been reading about lately that um uh will actually change the price of the book at the counter. You'll pull a book, that you think you want, they'll go up to the counter and they'll check the price online for it and change the price as you check out. Because they're too lazy to go back and re-tag their books.
Sheesh.
And I'm just like, that's horrible. Like, back issue sales are up right now. Comics are selling low right now, but it's kind of on the back upswing. Once Marvel movies come out, they'll be swinging back up, especially Doomsday and Secret Wars. Speaking of which, I better invest in my Secret Wars run in the next few months. They're going to skyrocket. So yeah, like $325
That's insane.
for a non-graded. I mean, my Carnage #1 is in one of these, you know? Like you know why I keep it in there? Because it's a $90 comic book. Well, up to $160 now. It's the first appearance of Carnage. But you know, like there's a look, Marvel McFarlane variant, $70, but $325 for a first appearance of Harley Quinn? You mean no? That's
It's crazy
just
because most of those CGCs were pretty decent deals. So it's just like
Spawn was overpriced. It shouldn't be
It
over
was.
50. It's the layaway cost because it has to sit
Yeah.
there for a while. They're jacking up the price to far more than what it is. The X-Men is not more than $50. That is, any X-Men
that one.
#1 graded, even at a 9.8, is not going to be worth more than $50.
Yeah, no, that one definitely was not worth it.
Maybe the Magneto cover will go for 70 if it's graded at a 9.8, but no, I can't see any of that. Those X-Men covers going for that much. The Nova, maybe 100, not a 225. But no, I saw this and I'm like, I have to pin this. This has to be brought up Sunday because that comic shop is ripping that dude off. And like, okay, here's the big one. Like the big one that you wouldn't think would be worth money, but is. Where is that page? There it is. All right. So this is X-Men 11, Jim Lee's run. And what makes this book so important is it's a first appearance of Mojo.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It may not look like it, but it is the first appearance of Mojo and everything like that in the X-Men universe. I paid $15 for my copy and is a good condition at that. That's non-graded. Graded, it probably goes about 60. Okay. Not 100, not 95 again. Just this poor guy. People like don't buy it. It's not worth it. You know, like slab, you know, say what you want about CGC grading. Slab books are really expensive. You can't read them. You can't do anything with them. They make great shelf pieces, but they hold their value, but you're not getting your money back with that one. You know, they're supposed to be an investment, not, you know, a way for comic shops to gouge their folks. But no, that Batwoman, holy crap.
No, that's
like, I saw that and I'm just like, ugh.
That one's criminal for sure.
That's definitely freaking criminal. What are they charging the California? It looks like they're charging the California premium. They're charging to the gas money it brought to get to the shops. That's for sure. California gas prices are outrageous. But no, I saw. I can't believe, like, you know, like comics. Like, it's hard to find it's comic shops are dying, and now we know why, because they're pulling shit like this. Luckily, we have WhatsApp now and everything like that. But there's nothing like going down to your local comic shop and for an hour and just talking with people. Like, I talked with the girl behind the counter. Her name's X, absolutely fantastic lady. We talked back and forth. Like, we really got into the Bring on the Bad Guys run and what Sister of Sorrow was up to and everything like that. We just had a great conversation about it. I have a standing pull list. When they buy collections, they'll pull comics out of them that I want for my meager collection. I don't do crazy expensive books. Like, I'm only too short of my run of the Question. They have my demon issues and stuff like that, and I'm only too short of my Amaglam run. It really pisses me off that I haven't found those for a reasonable price yet. Well, I have no issues ordering comics off of eBay if I need to fill in something for my book. That's not the problem. I can find it anytime I want. I'm just not shelling out $5 shipping for a $3 book.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
Like, I would love to have this book, but I'm not shelling out $5 shipping cost for a $3 book. That's just crazy. All right, so there is some James Gunn news. I was gonna make a daily video on it.
Okay.
So we got. I'll probably cut this out and turn it into a video. So, all right, so we got some James Gunn news today, and it has to do with him maybe not being around anymore after the Warner Brothers sale. And honestly, I can't blame him. James Gunn, believe it or not, I like James Gunn's movies, most of them. His Guardians films are absolutely fantastic. He's great with buddy comedies, that scene, that joking, that humor, and that's great. That's his wheelhouse. He did a great job with Guardians, and he needs to stick with that. And you could see it with the Justice Friends in the new Superman movie, but he can't do Superman. He is not capable of writing Superman.
No.
And he's pulling, he's pulling from every era. He turned freaking Jor-El into a Viltrumite. And now he might be out when the merger happens with whoever buys DC. And I guarantee you, he's going to be one of the first people to go. So this article is out of Cosmic Book News. Shout out to you guys. I love Cosmic Book News. Not that they're accurate, but just news possible. So what do we have? What is this saying? With Superman reportedly bombing financially, it's bad. And Peacemaker Season 2 flopping with fans, it reached out to my insiders about the state of DCU under James Gunn. The short of it is that James Gunn will be out as the head of DCU and the WBD sale. If I'm told, I am told if David Ellison of Skydance Paramount buys WD, and Mike DeLuca will be in charge of DC and do another restart.
Already.
I haven't read this article, by the way. I wanted to get the live reactions to this for me. But this is crazy. We just got a new Superman movie. You can't, if you're gonna reboot, you cannot do Superman, Wonder Woman, or Batman again for another decade. You need to leave them alone and pick lesser characters. Do a Kyle Rayner freaking Green Lantern series. Do whatever, but just do not do another attempt at Superman. Because now you're just confusing the normies even more than they already are with your TikTok smushed brains.
Here's what's crazy is I thought that James Gunn being the director of DC movies was a great choice. And now, like, Superman was awful. People haven't been liking Peacemaker. I've been enjoying it, but I understand why a lot of people haven't been liking it. This is insane.
Revens, you need to get Stephen Amell to start with the Arrow. Oh wow, yeah. This is just crazy. Like seriously, I'm going to do a video on this later, but this is just absolute insanity. Like you can't reboot again. Like you're like. I didn't check out Peacemaker, and I'm really happy I didn't because I had zero interest in a bi orgy in the beginning of the freaking movie series.
Oh, I skipped all of that.
I'm like I tolerated, I tolerated the dong for freaking Watchmen because it's Watchmen, and Billy Crudup did a fantastic job as Dr. Manhattan. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the movie. The Snyder cut is better for that movie. The director's cut is better. It's like 4 hours long, but it is very much better. But Snyder did a good job with it because, his idea of comics is it needs more blood and it needs more boobs and it needs more sex. Okay. Not Superman director, definitely a Watchmen director. And it reflected in that. But rebooting again, seriously? Oh.
I'm starting to get the feeling that in the next like 10 years, superhero movies aren't really going to exist. Like at this point, Marvel is going to tank in the next couple years. If James Gunn doesn't do anything good in the next little while, it's all done for. And
So I haven't heard. Like I heard. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, dude. But I heard that. What was it? Plot twist. Cavill gun comes out and Cavill back. Bo, if Cavill actually came back, I would throw money at multiple viewings. But Cavill doesn't have time anymore.
no,
Cavill is tied to the Highlander film, which, if you actually check out like the videos in my channel, I do regular updates on everything happening with that movie because I love Highlander. I love the Highlander movie. I love the series. I love the spinoff, The Raven. I enjoyed the cartoon, even though it was complete dog shit. Why? Because I like Highlander. I like this idea of these beings walking among us that just don't die and are fighting this eternal war that they can never get out of. And they do nothing but try to blend in, but never can truly be a part of. And I've loved it since I was a kid, save for Highlander 2. We just don't talk about that movie. But I like, oh, in the source, that was shit too. But Highlander was fantastic, and I have done extensive coverage. Cavill is tied to the Highlander, but more importantly, Cavill is tied to 40K from Amazon, and he has complete and full creative control. No DEI checklist, which means there's a good chance we're going to see a live action Eisenhorn, which would make me really happy because Eisenhorn was my dad's favorite character. My dad ain't with me anymore. So seeing Eisenhorn brought up and Cavill playing Eisenhorn, because it's a great entry, is fantastic. But he doesn't have time to come back and be Superman again. But no, so what do we got here? Okay. So what do we got? More below. Gunn recently said he's doing whatever he wants with the DCU. Yeah, it really fucking shows. It sounded odd to me that you were building a new universe and you would want it to become successful with fans. No, he doesn't. He just wants to piss fans off like Taika Waititi did. I will shit on your lore all day. That's fantastic. If you're tied to it, I'm not going to see it.
did you see his little video clip that he made the night of the Peacemaker season finale?
No.
He basically said, "I do not apologize for anything about the end of the season," and people are pissed about it.
Well, now we know how Gary hired QVG for the series.
Yeah.
Somebody did a video of that and I just laughed my ass off. That was hilarious. But everybody just laughed their ass off. And I'm sitting there like, he like, everybody saved him from being canceled. And now, honestly, all the fans are kind of going, I might regret that. Like Dave Bautista backed off the project. Everybody was going to walk off of Guardians without him coming back. And just, it's horrible to see. But it's not you would want it to be successful. It's not happening with Creature Commandos. It's not happening with Peacemaker. Failed to chart on the Nielsen's ratings. It doesn't have a big audience. And Gunn claims that Peacemaker season 2 was what meant to be a sequel for the pure. Gunn claims that Peacemaker season 2 was meant to be a sequel for his Superman movie was pure BS. He never should have been allowed to tackle any of this. And I knew as soon as I heard, oh, Gunn's taking over DC, I'm like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well at all.
See, and I thought it was gonna. Yeah, I think it was gonna be pretty good.
If he did something like the classic Justice Society, Dr. Fate, Starman, all those classic heroes, it was really campy and it would have played to his strengths. But not enough people know those characters and they needed something bankable. Unfortunately, they went big and really lost when they could have done low key with the Justice Society. They need to stop going with these billion-dollar box offices, and they need to go to, okay, you need to start making these smaller movies. You need to go back to making low key movies and series, and you need to then go into everything else.
Yeah.
But
The,
unfortunately, that's not going to happen. It's looking like we're going to have another reboot in the future.
the James Gunn timeline, it does, like, with all the movies that he's coming out with, all the TV series, none of it makes sense either. It's all just random. That's what bothers me about it. So there's a saying that I kind of like what you brought it up, what you brought up earlier. There's a saying that I learned from school, and it was KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
And
Keep it simple, stupid.
that's exactly what people need to do with Marvel movies and superhero movies in general. It's it's
Now,
been
now I'm going to tell you, I haven't watched Gunn's Superman movie, but I've I've read every review I can. I've read a summary for it, and I have seen more clips coming out of that movie in shorts that seem to cover the whole movie. Every plot point, everything, every important plot point is cut into shorts. And I'm like, so it's a 2-hour movie with a 10-minute plot for YouTube with shorts. It's a TikTok movie.
yeah.
Because if nobody has any emotional impact, like the biggest thing I've heard is they start to give weight on something and then they either hit it with comedic aspect to lighten it or they move along to the next scene so fast it doesn't hit. And it's moved so fast. That's why I call it TikTok Superman. Because you can get the same effect doom scrolling for 2 hours and not pay the $30 and then watching the movie. And it sucks because I would rather watch my Reeves movies, the Donner Cut. I would rather rewatch all of Smallville.
Ugh, I love Smallville.
Smallville is so good.
It's really good.
It's so good. It really stretched near the end, but still holds up. But those first 5 seasons were amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it when the Flash comes in and Clark saves him, and then they're like, "If you can beat me, I'll stay." And Clark's catching up to him, and then Barry just turns around, gives him a salute, and goes faster. And I'm like, yes, just a complete nerd moment. And my dad and I got into it. Like, he should have won that. He was like, "Son, he's not at full power yet. He can't beat the Flash yet. Barry was at full power when he started and just learned to do things. Superman needs to absorb more." But Dad, I know, son, you love the Flash. I do. I like speedsters. I like Barry Allen Flash because he has a nice complete circle for his story. The Infinite Crisis, when he dies, he shoots back in time and hits himself with the lightning bolt, so he becomes his own powers. Thought it was a nice little literal closed loop for the character, and I'm like, that's fantastic. Need more of that. I do know some about DC stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy is widely known characters that came out. They also were they used the newer versions of Guardians, and Gunn just got it to work. He understand that some things had to hit hard, but he's really good at those ensemble cast films. And
Yeah.
if he had done it with Justice Society, he would have killed it. He would have brought those characters forward, just like he did the Guardians. But
Yeah.
they wanted a Superman movie, and we got TikTok.
Yeah.
All right. So Gunn's approach to DC has been telling the all divisive message, and it's splitting the fan base. And I actually got into this at the guy behind the comic counter. We were talking, and he's like, "Well, this is killing it." Well, the fans decide the lore. I'm like, "You're 100% right. Fans decide the lore." And what happens if you divide the fan base and keep dividing that fan base to where it's starting to impact sales and everything like that? Fans decide the lore, like Star Wars. Prime example. EU guy. I love my Star Wars books. I love my extended universe. That is lore. That is why I'm not going near anything Disney Star Wars, because I don't think it's Star Wars. So if you keep dividing your fan base and you divide them more and you divide them more and more, you're not getting any of that sweet, sweet revenue coming in. And because you're not getting that sweet, sweet revenue coming in, the IP suffered. Okay, look, you're losing money. It's time to course correct. it's too late because even the people who are outspoken aren't the ones you got to worry about. It's the ones who just stopped caring and checked out of the whole IP. And eventually that's going to happen with DC. That's going to happen with Marvel. And the only one who seems to be knowing what they're fucking doing is Kirkman and Otley. Kirkman did The Walking Dead. He did the full run of The Walking Dead. Kirkman did all of Invincible. Kirkman is doing the Transformers Energon universe. Like, no kidding. He's the only one that seems to get it. Just write a fun story, leave modern anything out of it, and make sure people come back. That's your only job. And everybody seems to be thinking you have to make billions. You don't. You just got to tell a good story, and you'll be good to go. So let's see here. I'm of the opinion that Gunn is going to do whatever he wants with DC these days because his days are numbered and he knows it. He does. Like if this merger goes through, he is out. He is out. He is gone. He is leaving, and that is the end of Gunn. No, because in Hollywood he'll get a new job and fail upwards. But no, that means a sale. That means a sale goes through. Gunn is out. So what does that mean for the Lantern series? Like I'm like, oh cool, I like this casting. And I pointed out and I'm like, why is Jon Stewart young? Jon Stewart was roughly the same age as Hal Jordan when he got the ring. And they're like, oh, they wanted him younger so they could do the young old buddy cop. I'm like, that's just stupid.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about the Green Lantern series. We'll see. Well, that's the only thing out of his entire list that I'm actually like hoping will actually be good.
I keep going back to this, but cartoons. Did you ever see the animated CGI Green Lantern cartoon series?
I actually started watching it.
It got canceled. It's so good. It's right up there with Avengers, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers.
It's
Like
pretty good.
it was going gangbusters. Like I liked watching it because it was like an animated MCU, but they could do more with the animation over what they can do with the big budget requirement for a big budget. It had basically the same story arcs. Thor comes down to Earth, falls in love with Jane. Hulk, but it did something different with Hulk because rights and everything. But it's
Yeah.
so good. It had like 2 seasons, and I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah.
So we got that, and okay, so Hollywood reached out to insiders. Here's what I'm told. Let's scroll down here. Uh, Recently, we saw big news like Mike DeLucma and Pam Adby resigned with Warner Brothers. In Deadline report, it's basically said because the sale of Warner Brothers Discovery, David Ellison is looking to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. So David Zaslav is putting people in their place, what Ellen wants. It means Ellison wants to DeLuca and Abby to be in charge of Warner Brothers Film. Okay, so he's basically setting them up to be who's in charge next. You'll notice Gunn has pivoted from his plans to Gods and Monsters storyline to his super family saga. Oh, you mean the one you've already destroyed? His story has no sense of continuity. There's
No.
there's no continuity to it. So if that's what Jarrell had planned for Kal-El, Kara-El knows this. But she's not doing anything about it. And she was when she arrived, she was Kryptonian through and through. It took a while for her to adapt to Earth culture. So suddenly, why isn't she going out and having super babies? Clearly, she's the man. Her look, she can have anybody she wants to. But now we have this. So, Superman family. The super family is what is yeah the super family. The Superman family is all Gunn. The Gods and Monsters storyline is like to be ditched because Gunn knows he can only get a select amount of movies out before the sale. So we're gonna have to deal with the Supergirl movie. So basically, it's exactly what Marvel's going through. They like even if they want to change, they have too much in production that they have to finish and work it through the pipeline before they can put out and pivot. Unfortunately, the stuff that they got through the pipeline that is going to destroy before they can. I've also been told the reason why DCU projects have been stalling is because of Gunn's interference. The filmmaker wants their own visions, not going through the Feige issues. Exactly what happened. Kevin Feige. Oh my God, it's my movie, my vision. And I'm like, then you don't hire directors. Marvel casts them. They're just a pawn because Feige tells them what to do.
The frustrating thing about this is that James Gunn is a comic book fan too,
Yeah,
and
but not a
he's
good one
screwing it
apparently.
up. He's screwing it up.
He had the keys to the freaking kingdom. Like I like David Cornsweet as Superman. He looks like he looks like Clark and Kal-El. You know, Rachel Brosnahan looks like, you know, I love. Like, it's gonna sound cheesy. Say what you want. I love the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I think it is unbelievably good. Right, it's a chick thing. The writing is solid. The writing on that show is unbelievably good and very fast paced. Like it's not. It's a show you can listen to, but the visuals on it, the '50s aesthetic, she did a fantastic job in that role. Plus boobs. But this Lois Lane, fantastic, great casting, bad writing.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
writing
want
was terrible.
the fact that he's a superhero. When Superman came out and started being Superman, all the other heroes rose up because he was the inspiration for them. He rung in the golden age of heroes, and you're not getting that this time around. You're not getting that at all. And the fact that we don't see that, it breaks my heart because I'm not a big Superman guy, but what Superman stands for is universal. It's good. It's pure good. He like Spider-Man has to deal with the day-to-day. Clark has to deal with not crushing somebody's hand when he simply shakes it. Clark pretends to be human, but he's not. He's an outsider that everybody looks up to, and that's what drives Lex crazy. And there's no reason for Lex to drive him crazy now because Superman isn't the symbol of hope that he's supposed to be, the symbol of better, the symbol of pure good. And Hollywood can't write that because Hollywood doesn't believe somebody can do that. Somebody can be that good. I was told by that most visionary directors in Hollywood are staying away from not only DC but Marvel and Star Wars, the biggest IPs on the planet. Actors need to stay away from them. Everybody needs to stay away from the big three because it's gonna bomb. It's guaranteed to lose money. Doesn't matter how good of a performance you get. I watched Black Adam. The only redeeming thing in that was Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Fate.
Yeah, I watched that again a few months ago. Not good. Not good.
Holly, like the movies are healing. Unfortunately, we had to get the destruction of our IPs in the process. Our favorite things are now gone. Star Wars, Marvel, and DC are dead. And rest Doctor Who.
Don't remind me of Doctor Who, bro.
I have all of Doctor Who. I have Eccleston, Tennant, Capaldi, Eccleston, Tennant, and Capaldi all on DVD. And I got it for $50 at Walmart.
Nice.
And I'm like, this is all the Doctor Who I will ever need. But yeah, here it is. Let me complete this. I was told that the visionary directors in Hollywood are staying away from not only DC but Marvel and Star Wars. Quote, because life is too short for everybody, and everyone is looking for original properties, and that is exactly why I don't watch new things. Life is too short to waste even a modicum of time on watching this stuff. And more importantly, I would rather watch an original movie than watch one of these big IPs.
Yeah.
All right, so where are I'm told Zack Snyder is happily doing his original stuff. Let's not talk about Rebel Moon, okay? Let's not bring up like good old Rebel Moon. All right, so like Nicholas Holt is actually a banger of an actor. That guy is really good. He gives everything his all. He's a good actor. He gives the performances, and he's good. He was a great. I always pictured Lex as a little bigger and bulkier, like a more physical condition guy. but it wasn't bad. He looks like that silhouette right there is Lex. No one's going to top Michael Rosenbaum, though. Like
Yeah.
watching the fall of Lex in Smallville, still fantastic.
Oh, he was perfect. In my opinion, he was perfect.
He was a perfect casting. I actually got one of the big things that pulled me into Smallville was one of my favorite low key actors, John Glover, Lionel Luthor. He
Oh
was
yeah.
in one of my favorite TV shows of all time, where I actually pulled my namesake from, Brimstone. And like, and it's all about a guy who crawls. That basically hell had a jailbreak. John Glover plays the devil, and he gets this cop to come back up to Earth for a second chance at life if he gathers all these souls. And it's got a bit of a buddy cop comedy dealing with the devil as like the overarching antagonist. Is he trustworthy? The cop is struggling with his new life, being back up on Earth and everything like that. What he's got to do to hunt these demons, evil damn souls down. It got like 7 episodes, but I thought it was the greatest thing ever, and I still do. It's one of my favorites, and it got canceled. And my straw breaking back is when they canceled the Constantine TV series,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm just like, I am done with terrestrial television. I'm not going to give them more money if they continue to cancel my favorite things. All right, we got some chats coming in. I'm still hurting from Doctor Who and actually gave Judy a chance. I just wasn't watchable. No, Bo, like they had a chance. Like I had no issue with the Doctor being female. The writing was shit. And we got one from Revan199. Gene Hackman will always be Gene Hackman was a great Lex Luthor. And I watched him as a kid, but as a kid, you're not really gonna get Superman. I didn't get into comics till my early teens. So Smallville hit a little more resonant with me with Lex, and that's when I started reading more and researching more into Superman and stuff like that. But no, let's see here. I'm told Zack Snyder is happily doing his original stuff. Okay, where were we? I'm told that if Warner Brothers gets sold, that whoever buy it wants a completely new start. They're going to get rid of Gunn. We are going to get a completely rebooted Gunn.
They can't
Another one.
do that. They have to at least go with what they have. That's what I think. Even if like it is terrible, they should not restart it already. That's insane.
No, they shouldn't. Everybody's trying to aim for an MCU, but you can't aim for the MCU anymore because the MCU is dead because they screwed it up. People want standalone, like MCU needs to get back. Movies need to be a standalone condensed story because you have to think of it that this is all you're going to get to tell your story. This is all you're going to get. This right here, a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is your story. You can put a PS on the end. You can put a snippet on the end. You can put a teaser on the end. But this is all you get to tell your story. Tell your story. Self-contain your story. Then move along. Why do I know this? Because I'm a freaking dungeon master. I tell stories. It's one of my loves. I love telling stories. Dungeons and Dragons, Werewolf, Changeling, Rifts. I have run and told more stories in 30 years than I can count. Some of them I'm actually adapting into short stories. But this is all you have for your story. You can't guarantee that there's going to be a next session. So you kit everything you got into making that session amazing. And it's the same strategy for telling stories in movies. Well, it's been reported that Skydance is eyeing to purchase Warner Brothers. I'm told Universal Comcast is still in the mix. I know they've been eyeing Warner Brothers for years. We want Batman, Superman, franchise, Flash movies, etc. Revan, I'm inclined to agree, but we're at the point where they've screwed up so much we can't do another reboot. People have checked out. If they did a self-contained movie, that's great, but they don't want to do that. They want an expanded universe like Marvel. What they need to do is lower key heroes, lower key shit, and get older stuff coming in to revitalize things people haven't heard of. You need a right director, the right everything, and they just don't have that anymore. And unfortunately, like I said before, all the stuff that they're trying to pump out needs to get done because they're going to lose money in production. They're going to lose too much money if they don't put it out. They have to recoup some cost. Unfortunately, they're not recouping enough cost, and it's going to cost them down the line for not only that, because they're putting out bad shit. I'm told if David Ellison buys Warner Brothers Discovery, that James Gunn will be out. David Ellison's father, billionaire David Ellison, is also close to President Donald Trump. Oh God, that's gonna really piss a lot of people off. I'm told. I'm not. I'm told that actually nobody is building in the building knows his status except for Gunn himself, but it's not actions. His actions speak as to what might be happening. If he's saying I'm going to do whatever I want, I don't care. He can. They can't stop him. He's still under contract. But if he can screw everything up so bad where they might not even be able to recover with a reboot. It's obvious, and Gunn has said it himself. He's doing whatever he wants with DC because with the sale, the DCU will be dead. He's going to tell what his stories he wants. Now, I haven't read the Girl of Tomorrow comics. I'm like I said, I'm not a big DC guy, but
Yeah,
I don't
I've
know,
been
man.
told. I've been told that I need to read them, but then I've also been told not to read them. So I
If
don't know what. I don't know
I
what to.
have been told if you want good super like the guy Paul at my local comic shop, older guy, definitely we love going back and forth because he's like, you're in your early 40s and you like older runs. I'm like, yeah, anything past One More Day is crap. And anything in the past 20 years is crap too. 90% of it. Sure, you're going to get some good runs in there, but most of it's just crap. I mean, you got Thor with Gore the God Butcher. Anything before Marvel took it, Disney took it over, is going to be decent. And, Marvel does have some good shit. I can't deny it, but most of it's slop. And he's like, you need to read Kingdom Come. The
Oh,
Alex Ross Kingdom Come.
you
You
read
don't have
it?
to be a Superman fan. You just gotta like superheroes, and you'll love it. And I'm like, I just happen to love superheroes. I'm a bit cash tight right now because I'm pulling at least $100 worth of issues a month. But
Are
also keep in mind, I don't have any streaming services. I watch everything free. I cut back everything. But no, this is just oh. Okay, where was he? Back to David Ellison. I'm told Mike DeLuca will take over DC. Recall how many insiders told you about the ending of The Flash, which is something Gunn completely changed. Yeah, The Flash is Gunn's favorite movie. That should have been a red flag. But sorry, dude, you were saying?
Oh, I didn't say
Okay.
anything. We're good.
DeLuca wanted to bring back to Zack Snyder's DCU, which could have in part led to the return of Henry Cavill as Superman and Ben. I would love more Affleck. I really, really would.
Yeah, I think that they should have, if they did do Affleck, if they continued with the Ben Affleck as Batman, they should have brought in Damian Wayne, which is one of my favorite Robins. So
They were going to bring in Damian. Gunn was going to bring in Damian with Batman Brave and the Bold, skipping
yeah,
the other Robins. And Damian's cool. I can appreciate Damian for what he is. But personally, I would have loved to see them do the Jason Todd.
Jason Todd, yeah.
The joke. Come on, I don't. Jared Leto's cracked, man, but him doing that with the crowbar and beating the crap out of Jason Todd would have been fantastic.
Oh, it would have been, yeah.
So yeah. Oh, side note, you're gonna get a kick out of this. My friend had a small collection of comics,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, I want to sell these. Is there anything worth it in here? I'll send them along with my mom. If there's anything you want out of there, pull it. It's yours." I ended up getting the first 6 issues of Superior Spider-Man. But
Oh,
I'm going through his books, and I'm just like, damn, damn. So I sent him an email. All right, dude, here's what you got. You have a first print. I'm like, hey, you got a first print of Batman the Killing Joke. It had the
Oh,
price tag on it of the comic shop he got it at for $14.99. It is up to $150. It's near mint.
yeah. I was gonna say, that's a good.
The
Wow.
next, like, these are the only, what he also had, a full run of the Long Halloween in mint condition.
Oh, wow.
The rest of them were like
Wow.
dollar books and stuff like that. Nothing really popped. I told him to double check. I linked him a website and everything. I'm like, double check here, but these are your money books. And you want to wait. You want to sit on them till a Batman movie comes out. And then they will fly.
Oh yeah.
Could have done with the Joker. There is so much they could have done with the Killing Joke, with the Joker and the Killing Joke. I agree. Also, hey Ram, how you doing? Welcome in. Oh, let's see here. Where were we? Affleck, Batman, Henry Cavill returning as Superman, and Batfleck returning as the Batman multiverse happening. Um, it got scrapped when Gunn took over the DCU. I'm not of the opinion that Gunn knew the eventual sale with Warner Brothers Discovery and Zaslav handed him over the reins. Oh no, I think Zaslav kept that. That would be genius.
Does, yeah.
So he knew that they were in the top, like the early stages of selling, because something like this takes years. So he brings on Gunn, knowing just to try to make some money off these IPs, and then knew Gunn was going to end up getting shit canned because they're going to want to do their own thing. That is, oh, that would be great if he did. Zaslav handed over the reins, getting the ability to do whatever he wants before the sale. They just want DC content out there to make WB sale look better. Before DeLuca and DC, we told them we don't bring back Zack Snyderverse, and everyone was moved on. Yeah, so this is really, really interesting if this shit's true. Because if Gunn is out, then we'll have the Snyder Bros, the Gun Simps, and now then a whole new level of a whole new reboot of DC.
I can't believe that. They just started. They just
It won't matter. But just holy crap, man! Seriously, that's just horrible.
it's all a mess. Everything. The comics, the movies, the TV shows, it's everything.
It is absolutely horrible. I hate it's sad when people are more happy watching old reruns than new products.
It's true. It's true.
Like I don't watch anything Law and Order's SVU past season 10. I think it's crap without Stabler. I don't like that. I just I like Christopher Reeve's Superman. I like Smallville. I like the first 2 seasons of The Arrow.
Yeah.
The only issue I had with The Arrow is that I thought he stopped killing people too soon. It was halfway through. It was 13. No, like he's going around just like, I'm sorry, I can't have you see me, breaks your neck, stuff like that. And I'm just like, that's fantastic. Like, seriously. And all of a sudden, 6 episodes in, he gets a redemption arc. He was on that island for how long? He ain't shaking it. You need to give it to the end of the season. And they should have mirrored him with Malcolm Merlin. Like, you go down this path. This is what you become. You need to stop. You're at the brink. You can pull back. And that's what they should have done. John Barrowman as the Black Archer, Malcolm Merlin. Oh my God. That was so good. Deathstroke in the second season. Mwah!
Yeah.
And then it went all downhill.
Yeah.
It stretched on.
What I thought about wanting to watch lately is Chuck. I want to watch that again. It's been a hot minute.
I just rewatched Landman. I'm going to do another rewatch. I'm doing 2-episode reviews a week because I've got 10 episodes and I got 5 weeks, and I'll do 2-episode reviews a week in videos. Got to work on I got to work on more evergreen content for my channel over, what I do. So we got that. But what's up, buddy? Oh, it's past your bedtime. He wants to be picked up and put to bed around 8, and I'm going late tonight. He's a big baby. He's a year and a half old. He's a big baby still. Um, no, like stuff I've been watching. One of my favorite series is actually on Amazon Prime, and I've been rewatching that in background while I write. It's called Poltergeist: The Legacy.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's it might be a little, it's a little older than you, but it's the precursor to that supernatural genre. And
Mhm.
you will see signs of Buffy. You will see signs like if you watch it, then you watch Buffy. You will see they obviously pulled inspiration from it. And basically, the Poltergeist is just a tack on because Poltergeist was big at the time. But it's basically about a secret society called the Legacy, and they deal with supernatural threats. Like they deal with haunted houses, they deal with like angelic relics, they deal with demons, all that stuff. But it's centered around a secret society that has like high tech and that has like tech and stuff like that. And they research, they do archaeology. It's really cool. It's not crazy over the top, but it's fun. And it's in the mid 90s, so it's got really bad CGI, but fantastic acting.
It's a good era.
Good era. But no, just a lot of shows we just want to rewatch because they're just good. Dexter, first 3 seasons of 4 seasons of Dexter, awesome shows.
A lot of things I actually haven't seen, and so I'm just like, I don't have, I'm not having that issue where I'm struggling trying to find things to watch because
I
there's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen. So
highly recommend Landman if you like Yellowstone.
Landman.
Um, it is on Paramount Plus.
Oh
It
yeah.
is. It's very very good. It's Billy Bob Thornton running around smoking cigarettes and putting out fires, literally and figuratively. Dealing with it's drama, so it's dealing with family drama. First season has John Hamm in it. If you don't know who John Hamm is, he is the lead of Mad Men.
Okay.
And I recommend Mad Men. I love Mad Men more than I love Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I like period pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and Mad Men is goes from 1960 1960 to 1970. All right, Ram, catch you later. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, it's absolutely real. It's 7 seasons, 10 to 13 episodes a season.
Landman.
Very yeah, when you watch it, like I said, keep in mind it is the 60s and is an accurate portrayal of the 60s.
Hey, I like that.
So it's very good, very well written, and you'll probably have to do multiple watch throughs to figure it all out.
I'm a sucker for westerns, so especially older westerns.
Westerns, Gunsmoke,
Gun-
Bonanza.
Hey, yeah.
Grandfather loved those. No. All right. What do we got here? Anything coming up? Anything going on? No, I think that just about covers it. I did wanted to cover last month's comic sales. So like just to keep on the comic book train a little bit, wind down. So monthly
Mm.
comic sales are posted up on here. I always check them out. Deadpool Batman one shot one. There's no way around it. It won. It's just what it is. It's a Deadpool. It will always top the charts.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I didn't read Batman. I'm not an absolute guy. Lots of Batman. Amazing Spider-Man 11. Why is that $8? That's not worth $8. Punisher Polybag. Absolutely. Punisher Red Band Polybag. Um, what do we got here? Ultimate Spider-Man 21. The Ultimate Spider-Man run is really good. I recommend trade paperbacks for that because it's a 24 book run and it's going to be cheaper to buy the trade paperbacks than it is to find the back issues. Transformers 24. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That runs amazing.
Yeah, Transformers fan has been nagging me on getting those. So
The Transformers Energon verse, I have 3 of the 3 trade paperbacks. Fourth one comes out next month. They got it on my comic shop, has it on order for me, and it'll be in my box when it's in. They're like $18 each for 6 issues, which is pretty good. Absolute Flash. I never got into the Absolute runs.
I I can't do it, man. I can't.
Something feels odd. Like the cover didn't sell me.
But here's the thing: is like Andy Andrew, even he's like, I love the Absolutes run, and like everybody that says they've read it says that they like it. But I just the artwork, the style, it bugs me to death. I can't do it. So
Uh,
maybe Green Arrow, maybe when the time comes when there's full editions of it like omnibuses or whatever, maybe I'll see if I'll
yeah.
grab that. Other than that, I'm not.
So the canceled Red Hood #1 got number 15 in sales. I might have 2 issues of that
Really.
sitting in my box.
Wait, yeah, I can't see it from here, but you said Red Hood got number 15 in sales.
Yep, number 15. This is the month of September. That one issue,
Why?
because it's a controversial issue. I got 2 copies of it, and I got the Jim Lee variant. They're sitting in a box. You know what's going to happen? I didn't even read them. I brought them home. I bagged them. I boarded them, and I put them away in the darkest box I had. But I can't deny the collector's capability in a
That
few years.
that's true.
And I can't. I need something that I can. It's an investment. It's a $6 investment.
It's
All right.
true.
Invincible Battle Beast always charting in the top 25 every time that charts. Uh, X-Men Apocalypse Alpha, have it. Very, very good book.
Nice, yeah.
It's done by the original guy who did Age of Apocalypse with just different art, so the writing's really good. The art tends to lean more towards the anime side of things, like a lot of things do these days.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Spider-Man, like the back issues sell better than most things. Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man's winding down to the end of the run, so people only diehards are still with it. Spider-Man Incursion. Oh, look, the latest Miles Morales book.
We're gonna.
Skinbreaker. I've heard about that. It's another Kirkman book, Kirkman writing. He really does. Like even the guy Paul is like, yeah, he really knows what he's doing. Paul's like, you want to come over and organize my comic collection? How many books? 70,000. And I'm like, if you buy me lunch. Absolute Green Lantern, Justice League Unlimited #1. Ultimate Spider-Man 20 is still having sales in the second month.
Not
It's a
bad.
very good run. But no, that's just nuts. Captain America 3, Ultimate Wolverine. I have Ultimate Spider-Man #1, first print, non-graded. I think it's worth like $100. The run's just that 2-year-old comic. The run's just that popular.
Wow.
So yeah, like that's good. Absolute Evil. I've heard good things about Absolute Evil. They recommended it, but I don't get into the Absolute universe.
I feel like the sad thing for me is that like, because like there's a lot of young kids over on TikTok that I see, and they're all because like the last couple months I was like trying to ask people what I should get into for DC, and everybody was like, "Get the absolute run of Batman," and then like some people will say on my lives, they're just like, "Oh, absolute Batman was my very first Batman's," and I honestly feel bad because like that is like I understand that it's their generation of comic books, but I'm like that is kind of a sad like first comic book for them, in my
My
opinion.
first comic that I was given was the 4-pack of the Spider-Man Power and Responsibility dual foil covers.
Okay.
The first comic I bought with my own money was Spider-Man, Sensational Spider-Man Zero, where Ben Reilly takes up the mantle
Yeah. Okay.
because the other guy lost his powers.
Oh yeah.
And those were my first, and I'll never forget reading those. I love those comics. I'm only missing one because my comic book collection somebody threw it away when I was 18 years old. It got trashed. So I have been slowly but surely regathering my collection that I lost over the years. Last 5 years, I've done significantly well.
Mhm.
I got a full run of Age of Apocalypse, including the Legion Quest buildup. I almost have a full run of most of the demons. I'm working on my Spider-Man collection. Um, Once I have my I won't collect other runs till these runs are completed. Like my Question run, my Amaglan run, the 2, 3 books I'm missing from those. Once I'm those, I'm shifting over to Spider-Man and collecting the full Clone Wars saga, the Clone Saga. So that's gonna be pretty pricey, which I can knock out most of the expensive ones, the MegaCon. Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man 118 is the first Scarlet Spider. It's the most expensive out of all of them. It's like $50.
Yeah, nice.
So, but yeah, no, that's Transformers 24 does not surprise me that it's in the top 12.
Yeah,
That
no, me neither.
that was a great run. Spider-Man #1, fantastic book. Love it. All right. Anything else? Let's see here. No. I made a video on it, but we'll cover it here. We got some Invincible television series news. Some very big news for the Invincible television series.
I think I heard
We
this.
have a casting
Yeah.
of Thrag.
Yeah.
Now, I made a video on it, and people only watched it for 30 seconds. Made a 5-minute video on it. But what people didn't realize is I read the article, and people were just like, oh, he announced it right in the beginning. If you actually stayed to the end, which I'm grateful for everybody who did click, but if you stayed to the end, you would have heard the voice live on stage at the panel.
Yeah.
And that is what we're watching right here. There is the man Otley himself. And we are going to watch this.
I am Thrag. Thrag, the Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire. I was created to rule. I was given power and fury and strength and rage to lead, to conquer, to kill. Everybody, please welcome Thrag to the stage, Lee Pace.
Now that is fantastic casting. Lee Pace is a very, very good actor. He
Yeah.
was Threndiel in the Hobbit movies. He was Ronan the Accuser in Guardians of the Galaxy. And now he is Grand Regent Thrag, not Emperor Thrag, Grand Regent Thrag. He is holding the throne till the real Emperor reveals himself. It's an invincible thing. Once you read it, you'll understand. I really like this, and I cannot wait. I'm going to be doing Invincible reviews coming up. There will be series reviews and everything, and I cannot wait. I really enjoy I like the comics more than I like the show, but Kirkman's working on the show, so I'm okay with the show. But absolutely, this is going to be great. Great casting because they're entering one of the most badass arcs of Invincible, and that's the Viltrumite War.
Yeah.
And man, that ends so messed up. It's so good. It makes you love comic books. It makes you love them. And that's why I like Invincible. That's why I like Battle Beast, is because it will make you love reading comics. It makes you remember why you like reading comics and why it's a great medium for storytelling. Because Gary from Nerdrotic put it great. Comics are the ultimate medium for telling stories. It's this, like Captain America. It's a superhero story, but it's also a spy story. Spider-Man, it's a superhero story, but it's also a normal person story, like because of everything that they deal with. And that's how Gary put it. I'm like, he's right. like Captain America, perfect example. Spy story, it's a superhero story, it's a red, white, and blue story. It's all these things culminated into one thing, and that's why comics is one of the greatest mediums ever. And I haven't I just got back into collecting, and I forgot how much I loved comic books and reading comic books and doing stuff. Like, I'm working on a story, and people are like, is it going to be a comic book? I don't know. Once it's done, I'll have somebody read it. It could be a novella, or it could be a 3-part comic book story, which would take a large amount of money, and I'm poor, especially since I keep buying comic books. But no, that's, I think, all we got for today.
All right.
Got anything you want to add, Ginger Wolverine?
No, not that I can think of.
All right, man. Well, where can they find you, dude? Come on, where can they find you online?
You can find me at Ginger Wolverine 10 on YouTube and on X and on TikTok. Most of my media is gonna be on TikTok. I've been very lazy with YouTube lately, and I need to get back into doing the. If you guys like the Rippaverse, be sure to watch the Names of the Rippaverse series that I have made. It's
good series.
Goes into deep detail of every single name of the Rippaverse and like why they're named that way. It's more than just names. It's a lot more to it than that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I watch it. I caught onto it too. Magus Numenite and stuff like that. Various types of rock.
Oh yeah.
But no, so they'll find you on YouTube. And as always, thank you, everybody. We will be live again next Sunday at 6:30 with more comic talk and whatever random stuff I decide to yell loudly into a microphone about because I'm pissed. So thank everybody for coming out. I really do appreciate it. And you all have a great week. Have a good one and happy reading, everybody. Bye, Battle Beast. Later, everybody.